Hello, everyone. How are you all doing? I hope you all are having an amazing week, making lots of money in your shops. I hope you guys are doing well. Karen Eiton here, business coach. We're going to go ahead and talk today about some important tasks in an alteration or tailor shop or sewing shop. It can kind of, vary. But there are some tasks that are very important in alteration shop. So I'm going to give you my opinion on some of them that I feel is important. And so you can kind of take it from there, right? And so it's nice when you can have your own shop, especially if you work from home. It's always nice to be able to work from home and to make your own living, to make your own revenue. It's awesome, right? So I hope you guys are doing a good job at it. I hope you guys are staying motivated. You guys are bringing in extra work and really trying to get your numbers up there. If you need some help with that, maybe you need some help with, making a better offer, right? Or maybe setting your prices or, trying to get customers that are maybe going to one of your competitors, right? How do you attract the clients that they're getting or something like that? So it's all in my program. I'd love to walk you through it. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and get started. Yay! So today is some of the most important tasks in an alteration shop that I feel is important. And the number one task in alteration shop that I feel is when you're doing your work is your fittings, right? Because if the fitting is not done properly and is not done correct, everything else will fail, right? You'll do a bad job, you'll do a wrong job, and you won't be able to, just won't turn out right, right? So one of the most important tasks is to do the fitting correctly. So you want to make sure that you have someone or you're doing it yourself that can do the fitting, precise and correctly. This is one area that can mess up the whole rest of your function and the whole rest of your shop. If the alterations are not coming out right, if they're not coming out correct, if you have returns all the time, whoever's doing your fittings needs to be trained a little bit better or find someone else to do the fittings, because the fitting part is the most important part of the alteration task. So you want to keep that in mind. And then the next one is making your markings and cuttings on garments precisely, right? Because the markings are our guide. So when we mark our clothing and we're ready to sew a hem, we're ready to sew a cuff or anything like that, whatever we chalk mark out, that's what we're going to go by. So those chalk marks have to be on target, right? So you have to hold the rulers firm. You have to be able to get the correct measurement, the correct reading, right? And you have to be able to have a nice sharp chalk so you have a clear line. And you know exactly what you're going to sew. You know exactly what you're going to fold. You know exactly how to finish the task to make it come out correctly. So if your markings are off, your alterations are going to be off. So you want to make sure that you are really focused on doing a really perfect job, right? And cutting is also important. So when you cut, you want to make sure that you're cutting on your mark. You're not kind of like wobbly and all over the place. You want to make sure that you're cutting on the mark that you're supposed to be cutting on. And you want your stuff to turn out perfect. You want your stuff to turn out really nice. So it's very important to do work that is precise, right? So your markings have a lot to do with how your alterations turn out. So that's very important. The next one is pressing each garment correctly and not leaving the iron sit on the garments to scorch the fabric, or always using a pressing cloth, right? When you're really using light colored fabrics, you're using silks or satins or things like this, you want to make sure that you're always using your pressing cloths, that you're not going to leave any discoloration on the garment themselves. It's very important that it comes out looking brand new again, right? So you want to make sure that you are watching and you're making sure that the jobs that you do come out clean, right? Clean and crisp and really nice looking. And, you may think that, you can do a crappy job, but, the customer sees this. It sees what you see, right? So there's no faking it. There's no fubbing it, right? You have to do it to where it's a good job, right? And it's a clean looking job. So just keep that in mind. And if you're doing a great job, which I sure a lot of you are, that's awesome. That's really great. I'm glad. And the next one is making sure the garment is done in a timely manner and it gets back to the client in a timely fashion what is promised, right? So this is where a lot of tailor shops will fail. They will take in more than they can know that they can get done just because they want more money or they want to make a bigger income for that week or whatever the case may be. But you really need to make sure that you are, if you promise something, that you can get it back when you promised it, right? That's a good way to piss a lot of people off. If they come and the garment is not ready, So if you give them a time, you give them a date, make sure that the garment is done. I don't care if you have to stay up till midnight, but make sure that the garment is ready for the people to pick up, right? And that's just your word, right? So if you give your word, you want to try to stick true to your word. And that means a lot when you're running a business, right? That means a lot to people. So make sure that whatever you promise, that it does get back to the customer in a timely manner. And I know things do happen, right? Your iron could break down, your machine could break down, whatever happens. You could get pulled away or called away from doing the task or doing the job, but be truthful to your customers. Be honest, be truthful, and a lot of them will be understanding, right? So then the next one is your prices. So I know, like in business, people will come in and they will try to balk you down on your prices. Everyone, of course, wants a deal, right? Everybody wants a deal. And you have to make sure that you're strong within the prices that you set for yourself and that you stick to your prices. And when people come in, sorry, I'm trying to take the label off of my water. When people come in and they try to talk you down on your prices, don't budge. Those are your prices. Those are your numbers, right? Those are your numbers, right? And you want to stick to your numbers. Sorry about that. So you want to make sure that you stick to your prices. You set decent prices that, are fair, but also where you're making money, right? And you want to make sure that you have your prices logged. You have your prices written out. You can even post your prices in your shop. You can make copies of your prices, have it by your cash register, have it in the dressing rooms. Let people know what your prices are going to be. You can do a lot of those things. It's up to you how much you want to put your prices out there, so do it your way, but always have it in writing what your prices are. Make sure that everybody that works in your shop sticks true to your prices. And, don't let them talk you down or budge on your prices, because that's the numbers that you need to make, right? So then the next one is don't take in what you can't do, right? So don't take in extra orders or rush orders when you can't get them done. Don't take in work that you're not comfortable in doing. Don't take in things that you've never done before. So don't take in things that are just not your expertise, right? So if you are maybe in, like bespoke tailoring or doing tailoring, and all of a sudden someone brings you a wedding dress and you're going to try it just because you want the money, right? And you've never ever done it before, don't take it in. Don't do it. Send them to someone else. But, so be cautious and stick to what it is Stick to the things that and have prices for that, and stick to what it is you are comfortable and good at, right? So the next one is keep all garments clean and soil free. So don't eat in your shop. Don't bring Kool-Aid in your shop. Don't bring coffee in your shop, which I do once in a while when I'm doing a video just because it's in the morning or whatever. But I usually don't have coffee in here. I just usually have water in my shop. But, so be very careful. Don't have people coming in, your friends, your family, hanging out in your shop and eating food and all this stuff. It really turns people away. It's like, okay, so, if they're doing all that in that shop, and I'm going to bring my wedding dress in there, or I'm going to bring my new suit in there, I take a chance of getting stains or getting spill marks on my garments, right? So you don't want people coming in and seeing drinks sit around. You don't want people seeing food sitting around, or people just lounging around in your shop, right? It looks like a coffee clutch place instead of an actual place of business, right? So those people need to be like in the back room or somewhere else. They don't need to be out there in your business location, right? And then that was really the end, but I'd like to just mention one more thing that is very important in your shop, and I didn't write it down, but it's something that's always on my mind because I see it over and over again, and it just really, it bothers me because, from the people that I talk to that have sewing shops and alteration shops and things, you have to be able to produce. So that's another important task in your shop. And when you go through my program, I help you to be able to set up your shop so it is productive, right? Help you to be able to know the tasks that you're going to be doing so you can be productive at what you do, right? Good at what you do. And so you can turn around money, right? And there's a lot of people who want to be in business for themselves and doing alterations and tailoring and sewing and stuff, and they spend all day on one project. So, I just want to say to you that you need at some point to get your speed up. You need to, start thinking about production and start thinking about getting things out the door and start thinking about how much time you're spending on one task and one garment. If you want to be in business, you have to move the money. You have to move the task in order to, keep producing the money throughout the day, right? So you want to be able to be faster at what you do. And I know it takes practice, but you need to get at that machine and you need to practice. You need to time yourself. You need to know how long these jobs are taking you in order to price them out. So you know that if it's taking you all day long to do one dress, something needs to change, right? And so you need to find a faster way. You need to find a machine that can do it a little bit faster for you. You need to really think this out, right? You can't sit there all day sewing it by hand and taking all day to do one dress. And you need to be able to, make multiple orders, get multiple orders done, so you're creating a really good income for yourself. So it's something to think about. It's something to keep in mind. So as you sew, think about a faster way. Think about machines that you can maybe invest in, even if they're used machines that you can invest in to help you along the way, right? And to be able to speed up your time. And some of it may come with, where customers come in and they want to have a conversation with you, and things like this. Sometimes I could find myself, I could get into that trap really easily. And, they would sit here and have a conversation with me for an hour. I don't have that kind of time, right? So you have to know how to finish up the conversation, to stay on task, keep your mind focused on bringing in the work, filling out the order form, getting them in and out of the door in a timely manner without being rude, right? And maybe that's what you're spending your time on, where you're not making enough money. But really start watching yourself and seeing how you're behaving and what you're doing in your daily movement in your shop, and see how you could start saving yourself some time, and to really start turning those numbers around, to start really generating some income. So I hope all of these tips help you, and you give a little bit of attention to them, and when your customers come in, of course you want to give them your undivided attention. You don't want to get like customers in the door and you're off and running and doing something else, or you're off and running and answering the phone or something like that. That's very rude business, right? So the phone, I have my phone so it could go to answering machine. I can always call those people back later, right? I let my machine ring, my phone ring, and they can leave me a message. I can get back to them when the client leaves. But if I have an appointment, I'm in the middle of my appointment, I do not go answer the phone. I give my customers my undivided attention. I answer the phone when I am able to, when I don't have a customer or client. And then, I want them to feel special, right? You want your clients and customers that took the time out of their day to look you up, to be able to come and bring themselves to your establishment, to your place of business. And they're doing everything they can to bring you income, bring you money, put food on your table. That's the least you can do, is to give them the time that they need to spend your undivided attention with them, to listen to them, to write down what it is they want, and to make them feel special, right? To make them feel valued, right? So, make sure that you do that. There's so many tailors and so many tailor shops that have this attitude of like, they're a big shot tailor or this and that, You have to drop the ego. You in business, you have to let that go. You cannot be like where you're batting back and forth with your clients, right? You want your clients to come in, feel welcome, feel at ease, feel at peace, right? And drop off their clothing, bring in their stuff, right? Bring in their garments, right? You don't want to be sitting there and, acting above them, right? You want to be equal with them. You can communicate with people when you're equal with them. Even when you talk to small children, you bend down. You're equal, eye level with those people. No matter who the person is, you want to come to their terms. You want to be equal with those people and to be able to communicate well with those people, right? So you don't want to be talking up here and your customers down here and talking at them like this. That doesn't work. You want to be eye level with them, communicating calmly, figuring out what it is you need to do, and resolve whatever it is you may need to resolve, and to do a really good job for them, right? So that's how you communicate with people. That's how you have return customers. You bring them in. They flow. It flows. When you're good to people, it flows. When you don't have this attitude like you're the badass, it just flows, right? People come to you. They want to do business with you. They want to come to you, right? And that's how you want to present yourself. And so I think that's important in business, and to be able to be a good boss, and to be able to always also manage your employees. If you have employees, you don't want to talk down to your employees. You want to be eye level with your employees. You want to talk to them and respect them, respect their time, thank them. And they're doing good work for you. They're working for you, right? And to just be nice, to have kindness, be nice to people, right? And everything runs so much smoother. So I hope these tips helped you, and that you can get some ideas flowing. You can learn how to maybe do a better job, learn how to maybe move your task a little bit further, and all the different things that I mentioned here to help you earn more income and start having that return client that just keeps coming and bringing you hundreds of dollars at a time, right? That's what we want. We want that to move smoothly, right? We want to communicate. We want things to, just move slowly, not slowly, but I mean, smoothly. We want things to move smoothly and, to not have any issues and to attract that type of person who wants to drop off, loads of garments and things to you. So, okay, so I hope these all helped you, and I look forward to talking to you in the next video. I will also mention my the art of tailoring step-by-step skills that can lead to a career, my book. If you'd like to go and purchase my book on Amazon, or I will leave the link in the descriptions below, and you can go ahead and check that out. And you can also go to my website. You can learn how to open a business. It has a step-by-step program on there where you can learn how to open a business and make your own business. It also has how to create an Etsy account so you can it's a whole program, a whole package program where it has videos and communications with you and step-by-step process of downloadable how you can, open up your Etsy account and to start making and selling things. So if you have employees and they're slow in the winter, or it's slow in the summer, or whenever it's slow, they're making things that you can sell for income. That could be another stream of income for your shop to keep your shop floating in the slow months. And you can go there and go through this program, and walk yourself through it. So I have that on there that's for sale. You can go on there and purchase that. And, it has a bunch of videos that helps you walk you through some of the different process of that, and where you can get on Etsy and start selling. And second stream of income is always nice, right? So you can go and do that. I also have a book there that is an ebook that is for customer service. So it explains to you how to, have good etiquette skills, how to talk on the phone properly, how to manage your clients and your customers, right? And it helps you to do a better job in customer service. So you can go there and purchase that book for a little money and really start to build your business moving forward and build yourself so you're more capable of running a good, sound business. So, okay, so I hope all this helps you, and I look forward to talking to you in the next video. Love you guys. Keep doing good work. I know you guys are great seamstresses and tailors and sewers out there, and I support you, and I love you, and I'll talk to you all real soon. Bye-bye now.